This video is really, I made it to demonstrate what is inside a Volvo remote, part number 306300065. I was hoping to be able to make a video that shows how to successfully fix your existing fob, but that wasn't to be because I destroyed this one in taking it apart. So hopefully you learn from this and don't make the same mistakes I did. Here are the parts. There's a top, a bottom, a device that communicates and deactivates the security functions on the car. This is what holds that little device in place. There's a circuit board, a spring, a button, and the key itself. How it gets held together is this male piece is usually a continuous piece all the way around, and it fits into this slot all the way around the remote. When I took it apart, I was not successful, as I said, and I broke the continuous piece on this side here. And the reason why that happened was the best way to start prying the two pieces apart is from the head. And you start prying the two pieces apart like so. Then you carefully work your way around the perimeter. The challenge is when you get to this part right here, there's a bend and it's quite tight and the plastic is brittle. So as you start to lift, there is a lot of pressure working against you to try and lift the two pieces free. And if you lose patience like I did, this is what happens. So this is not salvageable. Next time around, I'm going to be using a hairdryer, and I'm going to try to be more patient in taking the two pieces apart. How does the rest of the remote fit together? Well, this piece needs to be taken out of your remote and put back in the replacement remote. It fits in here like this and sits snugly in that hole. It's not glued in place. It just sits in place. And then it's held in place. Okay, this is annoying. It's held in place with this little plastic clip that simply slides on and gets snapped into place. Over top of that, I'll just take this out of the way. Over top of that sits the buttons and the battery receptacle. So that sits in place. Actually, it's best to demonstrate it here. Sits like so, and there are guides that help hold this in the right spot. The guides are located, you can get a glimpse of them. They're located here, 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 and I think there's one here. And I think I may have messed with them slightly in taking the fob apart. So another thing to be careful of on try number 2. So that sits like so. What else can I mention here? What I did notice is if your only problem with your fob is that the key doesn't spring back, this is the piece that you need to replace. And to replace this piece, you don't actually need to take the fob entirely apart. You just need to pry it up enough to be able to pull the old button out from the front and reinsert a new one. And it's quite possible to do, but you will want, when you're putting everything back together, you just have to make sure you put a little bit of glue around the perimeter of the male piece, if you will, just to make sure that it sits snugly when reinstalled. The key itself is one piece. The spring has one end that locks in place here so that you can spring load it like so, or something like that. And then the other end of the spring fits into the button itself, like so. So it's pretty straightforward as far as the pieces all coming together. The biggest challenge is taking it apart. So hopefully I will be posting another video that demonstrates some success in fixing my existing fob, and I will post another video if and when that happens. Hopefully this is helpful to someone out there.